7,
8,
9.
10. Oh
Yizza!
my God, not us being back on the scene.
Child,
Hallelujah.
back like we did leave. We left.
We left
I,
for a long time too.
I feel like that was significant. Yeah, everybody was like 2 weeks. That's nothing. It was like a week and a half, 2 weeks and a half.
I think because it's episodic, it feels like that was like 9 episodes.
It was five episodes. How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm well. We are recording July 3rd, and it still doesn't feel like summer to me yet.
Why?
Does it feel like some internet?
What's happening on the top of my head? If you are on Patreon, you can see that it's getting tricky over here. You see me struggling with
to the
it.
side like you normally do. Stop playing.
Nah, these curls. When you have to put headphones on with these, it's a real.
It always looks cute. Anyway, it does not feel like summer. I don't actually know what I'm expecting. I think I'm looking for this carefree energy, or I'm looking for, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the weather feels oppressive and like extreme. It feels like it's raining all the time as well. I think that's what it is. It's feeling very rainy and dense, and it's not giving hot and steamy. It's giving dank. So far it's dank.
What is dank?
Dank is like a basement. You know, like you go into a basement and it's like wet and kind of musky and hot, and you can't breathe very well. It's also a colloquialism for very good marijuana on the street, or maybe bad marijuana. Dank. That shit is dank. Can't remember.
Danke is thanks in German. What? Why was that so funny? I don't get it. Dank. Let me look it up. Urban Dictionary.
Look up dank street slang. It's either really bad
First
weed
of all, it's
or
Urban
really
Dictionary.
Goop. What'd I say?
Urban Dictionary even said word of Germanic origin.
Maybe that's a West Coast thing.
Thank you. Commonly used in chat rooms and forums.
Weed dank.
Maybe I shouldn't have this E on it. Oh,
what?
Thank you, a phrase also known as weed etiquette, used after a friend or acquaintance smokes with you.
Oh, high quality.
Smokes you out.
Yes, it's high quality. I'm back. Well, y'all learning a lot already. Thank us for coming back. I took an art class, which was really fun. Shout out
to... It was one class? I thought it was multiple.
Well, there were multiple classes on one subject. I took a motion collage class where you cut out collage, but then you make that move. And it was just really, like, I have not stepped into that kind of environment, an art class environment, since high school. So it was really nice to, like, be back with that. Artists are quirky, interesting people to be around, and I really enjoyed it. And I loved there was like homework, so coming home, normally, I'm doing something or I'm on my phone or I'm talking to somebody, but coming home and like just sitting at the kitchen table and paying close attention to what I'm doing felt really good. Something that I want to continue doing.
That's dope.
The artist was really, he was amazing. He was really amazing. And I'm going to continue taking classes there. They have all types of classes there. So shout out to Fleischer here in Philly. Check that out.
I would like to pause. I want to pause because Jasmine has asked Shanti. She said, what is it when you commission someone? Yeah. She was like, I would like to commission you to do a piece for my home. And Shanti said, no. I said, girl, what is wrong with you? Take that child's money. Why won't you do it?
It's going to be $25,000. She can't.
Why won't you do it though?
College tuition.
Girl, that's one semester.
That's a shame JoJo ain't going to college. That's crazy. The way that just sobered me up real quick.
Well, we'll get into affirmative action. Why won't you do it though? Seriously, because I told her I was like, I don't think she'll do it.
It will have to come from a place of inspiration, not from me just like
a money grab.
It needs to be inspired. I'd want to do something nice. And again, I don't know what the medium would be. What would it be?
Do a collage piece.
Maybe I will.
What's that lady's? She's in LA. I'm obsessed with her work. Oh, her collage work. I always post her stuff. Anyway, keep going. I'll tell you.
I'm single again.
Yo.
Your girl is out on these fucking streets again. Whoa.
How does it feel?
It feels really good. It feels really...
Does it? You enjoying the streets?
I mean, I'm not out on the streets, really. I'm more
just getting ran over in the street.
I'm just in my house looking out the window into the streets at this moment. I'm not on the streets yet. But it's don't worry, everything's okay. It was an amicable, loving, mature, gracious separation. So nobody don't send no fucking comments and nothing on the Artsy Boys page.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna be the one like, wait a minute, fuck you, bitch.
Don't do that. Don't give them that energy.
No, it's just because I've been saying, but you know.
But you know how when Beyonce, Rachel Roy, or if anybody attacks Beyonce, it's the bees.
The beehive.
I wish there was a chicken. There would be a chicken wing emoji. I'm trying to think of what
there is one. There's a drumstick
chicken
joint.
Wing.
No, not a wing. It's a drumstick.
That would be my emoji.
But you could look at the drumstick and think it's, oh no, you like flats. Damn.
Yeah, I don't even really connect with drumsticks, really.
I don't like drumsticks, but I like the little drumette. More meat on that thing.
I don't want to fight with you, Internet. We just started. I don't want us to have a lot of tension. But it's exciting because I haven't been single with you in like ever.
I've been single my whole life. So you just have never been single. That's the difference. I don't think I've known you single since 14. No, 18. Since 18. Look at you. Now you know you've never been single.
Who was I with when I was 18?
Can I say his name?
No.
All right. Well then,
just give me a hint of what it was.
Mellow.
No,
Yellow.
It wasn't 18.
Don't play with me. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Nutcase.
Well, gosh, I've been in serial monogamous relationships.
Your whole life.
That's what I'm saying. I don't date. I date. We go on a date. We vibe, and then we're in love and together for 4 years. So I'm excited to not do that. And also,
I have the perfect person for you to go on a date with, and she won't go. She got his number and everything, and she won't use it.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I'm like I said, I'm not necessarily in the streets yet. I'm looking out the window, sitting there, head out the window.
Like Blue Ivy when she was on that, like, what was that? When she was peering down at all the people at the concert, like.
That's exactly it. That is so funny.
Like,
do I really want to be out here? Internet, but that should be exciting for the summer.
Should it?
I don't know. We'll see when the winter time happens. But right now, I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on my self-care. Like, I ain't worried about nobody else. I'm going to get my white dress soon. I'm going to become a daughter of Oshun very soon. I might become a vegan until another nigga comes around, and then,
Oh, God. And then what? Then what happens?
Back to shenanigans. Back to I rebuke it. That's not going to be my destiny. I'm going to chill and be single for a minute. Single? What you eating? Single and ready to mingle. That's what I need to mingle. I need to date multiple people. I need to date multiple people. We both
need to practice that.
We should. So that's what our future episodes should be about. How to swoon and sway these niggas.
I got something for you. I was doing it this weekend, but keep going. Keep going. And we gonna get there. No, I want to hear the rest of your update.
Or what else am I saying? Oh, it's July 3rd. July 15th, we're going to be at the Curly Girl Collective. What the hell? Is that the name of it?
No.
I said, that is not what this is called. What is this called?
Curl
my
Fest.
God. Curl Fest. I was about to say Curl Days. That was ours. Wow. I apologize for that. I wasn't paid for that promotion, so I didn't do a bad job. But shout out to Curl Fest. Now, this is a big deal. They haven't done this in a minute. This is going to be their first time throwing this large festival again for, I think, 2 years. So I'm excited to be out there. Sable Collective will be out there. Antoinette will be out there. She may possibly be working for the Sable Collective, but I'm trying to not have that happen. I'm trying to have us be free.
I think you should put me out on the strip because I was making money. I was interacting with folks. We sparked up conversations, and they was
Antoinette is a very good salesperson. She really
I am.
She got the heat.
I think we should do it.
I don't know. I'm trying to move away from that, but we're going to be there, and I hope you guys go. Tickets are still available, so you should guys go check out Curl Fest 2023.
Where is it this year? It's somewhere else, right?
Something Island. What's that island called?
Is it Randall's Island?
Randall's Island?
Governor's Island?
Randall's Island. Where's that at, Antoinette? Is that in Brooklyn?
No, it's an island, Sheila.
It's off
out in the
coast
river.
Of Brooklyn.
I think it's Harlem.
Oh.
Harlem.
Well, it's going to be a trek and it's going to be an experience, but I'm excited for it. So, in all, I feel good. I feel excited. I actually just watched Tabitha Brown again. I don't know what they call Tabitha Brown fans, but I'm one of them.
Are you? Do you like her food?
I'm
gonna shame you.
I don't like. I haven't tried her popcorn. You know, she has a whole brand of stuff coming out. Now, I don't think what she makes as a actual vegan chef. Anyway, I'm not going down into the spiral. You just tried to go negative and low vibration. I'm not even responding to what you just said. I fuck with Tabitha. I love her. I love watching her journey. I love the energy she shares. And she was sharing, she's at Essence Fest right now. She was talking about, she had a little live or whatever. She was taking off her makeup and just reflecting on the past 6 years that she had, you know, where she started and where she is now. She now has her food line and her hair care line in Target for like all year round.
Hair line?
She has a hair care line now because she has Donna. Donna's her, what she calls her hair. It was just reflecting on how far she's come and how grateful she is. And I could really feel in that moment her being in the moment and being appreciative. And I think it's really easy for all of us to be like, oh, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But I was sitting there in my apartment. I went to Target recently and I got a bunch of little things from my house. I got a key holder. Bear with me. It's going to come full circle.
All right.
I got a key hanger that I can place on my wall, so when I come in, I have a place to put my keys. I got basic shit like a dish holder that holds my sponges and my dish detergent. This was all stuff that I would not get for myself. Like Antoinette knows, I don't even have a camera, a phone holder in my car.
It's very
when I put that on directions, because it's deeply connected to this, like, oh, it's not necessary. It's not a necessity. I'm gonna waste, I'm wasting it, or I'm not making enough money to buy these kinds of things. Those are luxuries, and they're not. They're just basic things. But I'm not in any way balling. But I was just really sitting with how grateful I am in this very moment to do these really simple things. And trusting that, it's this comfort, this ease, this excitement, this growth is inevitable. And being in practice of being grateful now in this moment. So as I grow, that's just a habit versus like bugging and being worried and anxious. And I don't have enough right now and future tripping about the present. And I'm grateful for the little things. I'm grateful I have a fucking key holder and that I had the wherewithal and the emotional openness to just buy a goddamn key holder for myself. It sounds small, but these are just, it's good. I feel good. I feel good in my life with these simple things, and I'm doing my best to like be grateful and know that more is to come. Hallelujah. Thank you, Tab, for her testimony.
That's very dope, Shanti.
Yeah, I feel good.
One tiny step for you, one giant leap for man. I actually saw those mugs. Did you see the mugs? You said what? You don't know that quote? Joe. That's what they said when they got on the moon.
Girl, you know.
What, you don't think they went to the moon?
No. You know the moon ain't real. That's the white man trying to give us. No, I just don't know that. This is Hadia. This is Hadia Williams. She is, I know her. She's a DC designer.
Mm-hmm.
One of early Sable artisans. So shout out to her. Yeah, I got a bunch of her stuff. I was like, also shout out to Target.
Yeah, they're really amplifying Black businesses in a really beautiful way.
Mm-hmm.
My updates, girl. You are single. I was about to say I'm happy. I'm not happy, but I am.
You can say you're happy.
Curious.
It's okay.
Well, I'm ready to see you get whatever it is that you want and figure out exactly what you want. And I'm ready to
first
be in the streets with you as ethically as possible. But I realized, so you were always giving me these tips of like, you gotta meet the eyes, hold the eyes, smile, and then a coy kind of look away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So old Antoinette would just roast the shit out of somebody and be like, don't you know I'm flirting with you? Duh. Just made fun of your outfit. And new Antoinette. So I went out. I've been gallivanting with Mandy and her homegirls all weekend. Just running amok, running in the streets. And Mandy had it set up that she said, we are having a competition today, and whoever gets the most numbers wins. I don't know what I won. I didn't win shit, but I did win the competition. And I think I only won because Mandy don't like nobody, and her homegirl refused to smile at anyone. But I tried that meet the eye, coy little smile and look away. Mm-hmm. Baby, that shit works like I said, oh, it's like a fishing hook.
Mm-hmm.
And
they
what
just
was
need
funny,
a little opening.
Yeah, they're terrified. I for a while thought that they were just out and just as disheartened and disinterested as all the rest of us. I thought we were all just collectively disgusted by the dating pool. No, they terrified.
They're just trying to know if they don't want to be rejected.
Duh, humans. Who knew? So I did that, but Mandy's homegirl was like, she saw me and she said, this bitch looks like a Disney princess. And I caught myself at one point. So we were also hanging out with Mandy's friend, Anik, who's actually an artist. We're going to get into him a little bit in Hot Shit. Really dope artist. And we ended up somehow like going grocery shopping, just hanging out because I was dropping people off. And I was in the grocery store and he asked me a question about something that I bought. And I realized I was in a sundress holding both sides of the dress up like a fucking Disney princess and twirling, like not twirling, but moving side to side and smiling. And I was like, I have turned into a Disney character. That is how I interact with men now. And it is working for me. So I'm going to He was like, no, I would come up to you like I would come up to you if you were doing that. I'd be like, oh yeah, she's interested. So I just given that information out to anyone who needs it. A friendly smile. And that's hard for New York women and Philly women. Child. Every time, and I have to say that every time somebody asks me like, oh, where you from? And I say Philly, they're like, for real? And I'm actually proud of that. It means that I'm getting rid of that like guard, that wall that a lot of Philly folks have up, and New York women. And I don't think it's their fault. I think that There's a lot of reasons. Dr. Umar talks about those reasons as to why the women are operating in the way that they are. And that broken clock be right sometimes, child. Shout out to the God, Dr. Umar. But, so that was eventful. And now I just gave out my number to a bunch of folks. I don't know who they are.
But wait a
But,
minute. I just want to pause for a minute. So you smile, you look away, and then they walk over. They
they walk
approach you
over.
then.
They walk
Okay,
over.
and they say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Or even if they take a second, if they're like, wait, is that what I think just happened? And then you look again.
Uh
You kind
huh.
of like look over to be like, hey, where are you? Like a little
Uh
look over
huh.
your shoulder and then like look away. But I want to get like Mandy. Mandy just pull up. She'd be like, you fine. What you doing here? What's your name? Let me buy you a drink. Also, I learned something else about Mandy, and these are my fancy friends. She apparently doesn't wait on lines. So every single place we went, she was like, I'm not waiting in this line. And do you want to know what she does? I
Hmm.
shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. She walks the line until somebody wants to take a picture with her. And then she's like, yeah, I'll take a picture with you. Take the picture. And she stays there.
Oh my God.
Right where that person.
Brilliant.
And I watched her too. She wanted a drink. And she walked up to these two girls and she said, I got your drinks if I could just get in front of you. And I was like, that's rich people shit, because I ain't buying nobody drinks
Mm-hmm.
just to get in front. I'll wait my ass right in the line with Gen Pop. But I was like, that's brilliant. She's like, you never do that? I said, nobody knows me like you, sweetie. But I also want to say that my Beyonce outfit came and
Uh-oh.
I belong on the shade room with what you bought versus
Oh
what you got.
no. You should do that just for
Oh my
shits and
God.
giggles.
I should go get it. I'm too embarrassed. I
Let me
want to show
see.
you.
I want
No.
to see. This is what
No.
the patrons pay for.
Where is it? Hold on. Let me get it. Talk to them while I get it.
Y'all, this is important because we've all experienced it. And it's July 3rd, which is like, she better hurry up and figure this out. I'm going to look like Donna Summers. Mine is going to be like a
Okay.
70s ballroom dress.
Now, first, let me just tell you what it was. Let me show you what it was supposed to look like. It is so. Girl, I was flabbergasted when I opened this. Flabbergasted,
Girl,
and
you got to hurry up and figure this out.
I knew better. No, I already figured it out. Something in my spirit told me this is a bad idea. I knew. Let me show you what. Oh my God! All right, everybody on Patreon, I'm gonna show y'all.
You can share your screen on Patreon?
Yeah,
Show up to this.
can you see it? That is what it was supposed to be,
Ooh.
right? Fire. Now let me show you what I got. Take this out this little bag real quick. That looks like little rhinestones, right?
Uh-oh.
Not Amanda. What's your name, Shanti? First of all, look at.
Oh my God. What is
Look
that?
at that's supposed to be the rhinestones.
Why
And
would
then
they play like that?
they play, and then look at how this is one nude, right? But then the arm is a completely different
Oh my God.
nude. Look at this, and they said, "Can you?" I'm telling them like I'm returning this. This one, it didn't even fit in my arms, and two, it's a mess. They're like, "Oh, can you take pictures of it?" So I had to put this on and take pictures of it in order to send it back. I said, I have to block my face out before I send it. I got to put a heart over my face. But look at this contraption. Anyway, it's very upsetting. So as a result, I was flailing. I said, what is a girl gonna do? And right on my go-to place that I always buy nutty stuff from
Don't say it
came
because they
through
ain't
with the
paying
came
us.
through. I'm not. And I have something, and it's a halter gown, sequence halter silver gown, and
Ooh.
I'm gonna wear it and
It's
act
a
like I'm supposed.
gown?
It's a fucking gown, and I'm wearing it, and I
Send
don't
it to
care.
me privately.
I sent it to my sister.
I'm gonna
First of
look like
all,
your bridesmaid then because I
it's
have
my
a dress
sister's.
too.
You have a dress? Oh yes,
Yeah,
it's my
but it's
sister. So for people who don't know, it's my sister's big birthday, and we're gonna go celebrate, and we're gonna be ridiculous. And I think I'm making an appointment for her to get her makeup done. I just sent it to you. So that'll be
Well,
fun.
I
I'm
want to
really
get my
looking
makeup
forward to
done.
it. All right, well, all three of us will. We're going to go right to Sephora. Cheap.
I'm excited.
It's
I
going
am.
to be a lot of fun.
This is wait, and it's Angie's coming, right?
She's
Or
going
it's
to
just the three
be,
of us?
it's the three of us in our seats. She's in the same section, though, so we'll see her. Anyway,
Oh, that is fantastic.
there was also a fight in hot yoga. Should I go into this story, or is that enough? I need the people to weigh in on this because I was really torn. I really was. All right. The hot yoga place that I go to is usually mostly women. And women tend to be very cognizant and thoughtful when it comes to their surroundings and interfering with folks' peace unless they're in a relationship with them. So we're at hot yoga and this man comes in and he looks like if I was casting Tarzan, he would play Tarzan. He's like this white guy with this very long, sun-dyed, kissed, curly hair. It's like disheveled, just thrown on the top of his head. Super built, super fit, tall, lean, but like ripped. And he has a little bit of an accent, and I couldn't place the accent. And so he comes in, he's catty-cornered to me. He's like behind me, but off one mat to my right. And this yoga studio doesn't even have mirrors. It's just an all black wall, like walls all black. It's candle lit. And so it's really like dedicated to like be in your body, be in your practice, like connect to your breath, whatever. This guy, the entire class was carrying on. The first breath we took, I'm going to do the breath. I'm going to back up. He said, and
I
then
would
did
have
the
gotten up,
thing,
rolled up my mat, and walked out, or rolled
and
up and hit him and left.
but did the thing like where his tongue is out, and he's like, ah, and it's just like, but he's doing that the entire class, and to the point where the instructor had to hold because she was guiding us through the class, and we couldn't hear her.
Oh no!
And so we find that this class is an hour. We about 55
Not an
minutes
hour.
in. 55 minutes in, Shanti. And this white girl in the middle of the class, dead center, so you know she was an overachiever and dedicated to her practice. She sat up and slapped her mat and she said, "Do you have to be so fucking loud?" in the middle of hot yoga. And so now the worst part was that we were doing the thing on the floor where your arms are spread and then your knees are to one side of you, stretching your back, basically wringing out your spine. So I could see the whole thing. I saw her body. I saw her getting tight. I saw her shoulders getting tight. I saw her looking at him during the class, and she finally had it. So I start cracking up because I think this shit is hilarious because we're near the end of class. Girl, you couldn't hold it. So I got my towel over my face, trying not to laugh. And then class ends. We do the little namaste. She did not do namaste. She did not see the light in him.
Fuck him up.
Girl, she got up and she walked towards him, took a couple steps, and thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. Turned a quarter of the way to the door and then said, "Yes, I am." Went back to him and said, "Hi, can you please tell me your name?" And he was like, oh, why do you need to know my name? And she was like, "Because I need to make sure that I'm never in another fucking class with you." And I was like, oh. So you know me. I don't know why, I take forever to get out of yoga. I got to roll my mat up. I got to wipe it down. I got to get my waters. I got to do all the things. So I'm still there and I'm like, oh shit. And so he just, you know what he did? Girl, he did a handstand. He was really good. He did like a handstand thing and then went, ah, again. And I was like, what? And so another white girl came over.
Not another one.
This was when it got tricky. And she was like, "Hey." And she tapped the girl on the shoulder. It was like, boom. And so the girl turned around and looked at her. And you got to think about it. Everybody's hot. Everybody's sweaty. Everybody's kind of irritated because it's hot yoga. And then he ruined the class. She's like, hey, everybody's practice is different. please be respectful. And she was like, everybody's practice can be different. She was like, but my issue is his practice is affecting everybody's practice in the fucking room. Meanwhile, the instructor is at the door watching this entire thing, and she's just, as people leave, she's like, thank you for your practice. Like,
Oh
she
my
doesn't
God.
know what
This
to
is
do.
like a TV show or a movie or
She
something.
doesn't know what to do. So I'm being nosy. I'm like rolling my mat up a little slower because I'm kind of laughing. And so now the two girls are going at it, and they're like, well, and the whole time he's doing bridge pose. He is just they yelling over each other, and then so that was irritating the main girl even more, that he was not phased. And she was like, yeah, you want to keep practicing your yoga because we didn't ruin it for you. And he was like, he just kept taking these breaths. And so finally other people came over, and it was like the Civil War. Everybody was split. It was like Captain America versus, Iron Man, and everybody's like, they've got their side that they're on. And I'm like, whoa, I kind of rocking with the girl because he did ruin my practice. He really did. But girl,
What'd she do?
You can't always count.
She took it to the next. What's she doing?
You can always count on a white woman. As soon as you feel a little aligned with her, she gonna do some shit that reminds you that you can't. They not an ally, and you can't even be their ally. You can't do it. Because I was this close to being like, all right, y'all. Like, he was drawing a little bit. Let's just all stop lying, okay? I get it. Nope. She lost her mind. She started throwing the blocks. She started screaming, everybody leave me alone! Like, scream. She had a panic attack in that class. And I said, oh, I gotta go. And I just proceeded to walk out. I said, thank you for class, to the lady who was still standing by the door, just watching this lady tear up her room. Tear up the room. And I said, wow, I paid $33 for this. $33 for a drop in class. It was really sad. So that was yoga. We're going to pause here, Monty, because Shanti's thing is frozen. We are at 32:16. This hair ain't really doing what I wanted to do. Comfortable in my skin. I love myself, goddamn cozy. I'm not going to that today.
I don't know why this is not working with the Ethernet. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You might have to, have you
Turn off
restarted?
my thing?
What? Yeah,
Turn
you
off
might have
the
to
screen.
reset that afterwards. It's working now. All right?
Okay, go ahead.
I finished that story, and there's no laughter because you were paused. So now,
Well, Monty, here I am. Oh my God. Put that in, Monty. Work your magic.
all right. The other things we don't have to talk about. We're already 33 minutes in, but this should be like a little bit of a catch up. I saw your psychic, and things were said, mostly about Around the Way curls, which was interesting. She talked a lot about Around the Way curls, and she just kept saying, I see microphones and headphones, and she talked about singing and performing again.
What? You ain't telling me that.
Yes, I did. She said, don't let that go. That doesn't have to be your means of your income, but you shouldn't let it go. But she also talked about relationships, and she said I would not be in one. So I'm in these streets, you know what I mean? Just out here for connection and pleasure and care and
Mm,
intention.
okay.
Even if we're not going to be in a full relationship,
Two things can
because
coexist.
that was
Yes.
not in my cards. Not a deck, not a stars and moon, not a birth chart. She didn't see it. She was like, not in the next 2 years. I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
Let me go back to Jackie. Oh
Did she
fuck.
predict
Take
that she
that
was
name.
going to be single?
Take that name out. Nobody could know her name's Jackie Monty. Take that name out. I
Why
apologize.
can nobody know her name?
Just no.
Okay. Those are my updates. I'm also on See the Thing Is this week, so make sure y'all check that out. It, yeah, I think that comes out the same day, maybe Thursday. Yeah, I don't know actually. It could come out Tuesday. That's all.
Well, while we were on our break, we also made sure to show up for our first town hall, regardless of the break. A town
What's
hall, I
that?
hate that name. I don't like it, but it was an exclusive meetup with our patrons on Patreon. We were able to interact and converse and kiki with folks in real time virtually. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed everyone's comments and energy. It felt good. It felt really good, and we recapped on some of the stuff that we missed while we were on our break. We talked about Jonathan Majors, that goddamn submarine submersible, and guests also posed really, really great questions, and we had conversation around the questions that they posed. So it was a good time. We're gonna do this monthly, so make sure y'all join our Patreon and get into the kiki because it was a good time had. Thanks for everybody that participated and had such wonderful, great things to say. It was really nice, really, really
That
fun.
one guest in particular, I can't remember his name, where he asked about dating bi men and bi women and the differences and yada yada yada. There was also like really cool participation from the community around that, around how they felt. So interesting. It's
Interesting
on
question.
Patreon right now if you're interested in seeing it.
Oh,
And I think the next one we'll have, it'll be more like a game night.
mm-hmm.
So come through with the come through.
You had your wine. I'm gonna have a little drink last time. Last time I didn't have one, but this time I'll have one. Get a
Okay.
little drinky drink in me.
Okay.
Another good time was Juvenile's NPR performance. This was an historic event. I saw everybody sharing it.
Tiny desk.
Tiny Desk, the NPR's Tiny Desk this weekend, but I finally sat down yesterday to watch it. Did you watch it yet?
I watched it this morning.
I forgot the lyrics to all of his songs.
Same, and I was so mad.
It, but in listening to it, it was just it wasn't a beautiful example of the profound and the profane, because that man was just exciting everybody with some profanity, child. The shit that he was saying. He
I
also
know.
has just a wonderful. It was a great performance, and he articulated very well. So the amount of
He
pussies
did.
and
Yo,
bitches and hoes that this man was up there on NPR's Tiny Desk with a live band behind him. I was just
there's one lyric
enthralled.
I told myself I needed to write it down. It was like, "Bitch got a cute face." So I forget, but it was.
I
I
was
have to find
screaming.
it. I have to find it. Unpopular opinion, back that ass up was not my favorite on that set list.
Well, unpopular opinion, I don't like to hear hip hop with live,
Nobody
like
does.
it does
That's why we
not
be
slap.
that's why Black Thought don't pop the way he should. We be having that goddamn band behind him. Like, where the DJ at?
Where the bass at?
First, speaking of the bass, that bass player, did you see him?
All of them were
I
cute.
was lusting after that bass player. I said, "Sir, let me wash your beard real quick." No, Project Bitch was my absolute
Yes.
favorite.
Oh, and
Jonathan
those
killed
lyrics.
that. That's the song that has the lyric in it. Wait, I'm gonna find it.
He said, "Give me a project,
Give
bitch.
me a
Give me a
project,
hood rat
bitch.
trick. One that don't give a fuck, cause she could take that dick." I said,
Yo,
"Wow."
and then like he was smart though. There were certain lyrics that he left out and let the audience say. He was like, "Give me up, hey,
For
come on,
well,
give
very
me up."
few,
I
cause
said, "Whoa,
he was saying them words without skipping the beat, child.
what
He
a
ain't
time
even.
to be alive."
Manny Fresh was up there looking like a somebody
Somebody's
butch partner,
lesbian
child.
lover.
He was so
A
excited though.
good
He was so
lesbian.
excited. It was dope. I didn't realize he was double platinum. Like Juvenile has some.
Down
That is
south, he's
no small
royalty.
feat, really.
I'm realizing as we get older and I get less and less interested in listening to the music of today and I go back to yonder years, is that there's a lot of eras for me that I missed out on. Like the whole Dirty South thing. Like, yeah, we know Back That Ass Up, we know Project Bitch, but like that was because it was on the radio up here. It wasn't like culturally what was moving the needle for us. It was all like
I got
East
the
Coast
bootleg.
shit.
I know. Because of my friend Kristen. Shout out to Kristen and Tracy. Kristen loved the Hot Boys, and she,
Really?
yeah, the block is hot. But I couldn't listen to it even at a younger age because it was
I
so
know the block
vulgar.
is that.
It was too vulgar for me. But I definitely got the mixtape. But no, I didn't do like I didn't get all of their singles because they had the Cash Money,
Yeah.
and then they all had their own albums, and I didn't go deep into it. But there was a whole culture. Apparently, there's beef between Juvenile and uh, what's their names? It was Juvenile, Lil Wayne, Turk. He mentioned him.
Let's see.
Anyway, yeah, there was all these different like nuances that I definitely didn't catch, but I was so happy for him to like, nobody wasn't really checking for Juvenile. Of course, he's respected. Of course, his Back That Ass Up is like a cultural phenomenon. But for him to get this attention again, to have millions of views, for him to perform and him to show up so well, I was really excited.
And he put
And
on for Louisiana.
for real,
He
it was
did.
great. They did that, even though it was a little hollow because they ain't had the bass that they needed, the volume that they needed. They
That's
still
not
did
Tiny
that.
Desk though. They said we want to hear your lyrics, King. And the ladies was singing. Shout out to them.
How do you become a Tiny Desk? How do you get in the
Audience
audience?
member. I have no idea. I really don't.
Somebody tell me. What's the
I
plug?
You asked and they said you got to know somebody.
Shame, because all those white people up there weren't. They were also feeling it, but they also weren't feeling it enough for me.
You didn't see the audience, did you?
I didn't hear them either, the way that I
I heard
wanted
them
to.
when they they wanted an encore, didn't they? Yeah, they did an encore.
Okay.
Back that ass up. Shout out to them. In other news,
Yeah, you talk
not
about
as
this. You listen to the
exciting.
whole thing.
Not as exciting, but in light of the Supreme Court, their recent rulings, they had three major ones, baby, and more will come. I want to encourage everyone to listen to the podcast. It's on Slate's network, and it's called Slow Burn. And season 8 is all about Clarence Thomas. And if you want to understand why Clarence Thomas is the way his raggedy Uncle Ruckus coon self is, then you should listen to that.
It's really good.
And believe it or not, it's meant um, to offer some humanity back into
Yeah,
him. And I still
humanizing.
just said what I said about him, and I stand 10 toes down in it because, sir, you're trifling. But it's really good. So you listened to all of it, or you listened to some
No,
of
I'm
it?
on episode 2, but I really love that you have accounts from majority black people, well, at this
Mm-hmm.
episode, but majority black people that grew up with him, and just had close relationships and just shared, his growth. And it was really like eye-opening for me. Interesting. But y'all should check it out.
Wait, did you get to the part where they talk about his grandfather yet?
they've talked about his grandfather, but I don't know if there's like a pivotal point.
Yeah, they
They
go.
talk
They
about no, they didn't go deep into who I think is probably his origin story is his grandfather and turning him into the
as
villain he is. It's his relationship with
as
him,
soon as he
probably.
went to live with his grandfather. Anyway, we understand that this is our first podcast back, and we want to give um, the due diligence and the time and effort and attention needed to really deep dive into those rulings. I've been doing my research, have a ton of notes to share. Oh, that was another thing. During the Patreon town hall, some folks had suggested, because I sometimes feel like, and maybe y'all can give us some feedback, but I sometimes feel like the politics as usual segment is a little long, because there's just so much to cover. So looking for innovative and creative ways to still, like, we got to stay informed, but maybe I just need to be more succinct. I don't know. But people suggested that I do like a 10 to 15 minute Patreon town hall thing when there's like a lot to discuss. So that might be something that's coming down the pike. But Shanti and I said it. When we give extra content on Patreon, y'all don't watch it. Y'all just want the episodes.
We just haven't figured out what that content, where the sweet spot is that people are excited to see, maybe.
They just want additional episodes.
Oh,
Exactly. So that's that. But if you have a suggestion for how we can do that, please call us. Leave us a voicemail at 215-948-2780. 215-948-2780. And then lastly, for my hot shit, I said this, that I hung out with this artist, Anik Khan, who is originally from Bangladesh, now living here in Brooklyn. But he is a singer, songwriter. He's completely independent, and his stuff is really dope. I did not know of him. I know he was on See the Thing Is, but really intentional and dope artist. So again, that's Anik, and his last name is Khan, Khan. His music is definitely, it feels like Afrobeat meets Bollywood meets the Caribbean. It's really cool. And he uses his platform for a lot of good. I learned a lot about Bangladesh that I did not know. And did you know that Bangladesh is the 8th most populated country in the world?
I believe
And it's
it.
only the size of Illinois.
Oh, that's very tight.
Yes.
That's a lot
They're
of
also
folks.
like incredibly impoverished, which is sad, but the United States, of course, had a hand in that. He does a lot of stuff on his social media where he'll share tidbits and information. And then I also noticed that even in his videos, he makes sure that the women in his videos are seemingly, I think they're Bangladesh, and they're also brown women. It's like he's just like anti the whole white supremacist American ideology. So it's really dope. And he performed in, where was the World Cup? It was Saudi Arabia, right? Shit.
I don't know.
I think it was, but remember we talked about the World Cup and how controversial it was because
Oh, yeah, Saudi
he
Arabia.
performed, and he during the performance let them know, like, you treat my people like slaves, you treat Bangladeshi people like fucking servants, and it's not cool. And like, you're doing work to do better, obviously, like, look around us, but there's more work to be done. So he stands 10 toes down in his
Shout out
convictions,
to
and I think
him.
that's super dope. Yeah, so, and his music is really cool. We got to preview some new music from him that's coming out. So just dope. Making a way for himself. So shout out to him.
Loved it. Well, we also have one more request. If you guys have any other podcasters that you think we would do well with collaborating with, we are looking to collaborate with other podcasters, cross-pollinate. We're bringing some dope folks onto this platform to share it with you guys, but we trust your judgment. Many of you have listened to us for a long time. You listen to multiple podcasts, and you already have this dream collaboration in your head anyway, so just share it with us. You can DM us or send it to our email, and let us know so that we can follow up and see if it's a good fit for us. We also just want to remind you guys we have been off, so it would be nice if we had another push for you guys rating and subscribing and commenting on Apple as well as Spotify, if you could figure out how to do it. And if you want to get this extra content, see our faces in real time, and watch the podcasts as videos, please join our Patreon. Shout out to all of the new patrons: Wild Haze, Marielle, Adriana, Sierra Rose with an S, Nina, Khadijah, Anthony, Tiffany, Joanna, Chantel, Sierra with a C, and Tiff. Oh, I repeated Tiffany. That maybe it was
Maybe there
multiple
were
Tiffany.
two.
But there's a lot of I don't know, tricky. But shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. And we're gonna take a break. An hour and 23.
Oh no, we not. That break gonna be much earlier than that. Right after our.
And let me take a break and drink some water then.
All right. Well, right after our updates, Monty. That's where the break comes in. Right before the town hall recap. Okay.
So, what you want to do? You want to go
Hold
into
on.
these?
I need to get the. Yeah, you can cover them, but I need to get the voicemails ready.
Do you want to do this pop culture or just go straight to the voicemails? Because it's 12:24. What time do you need to leave?
I have to leave at 1. We can do a couple voicemails. So hold on, let me just. I need a project chick. That was the one that sounded the best with the band. Okay, 423. See, this is where it starts to get tricky. I hate these voicemails. I actually like them, but I hate trying to figure them out.
Hi, Antoinette.
Okay. All right.
So we're not going to go over this Russell Simmons, Cardi B, and all that.
Yeah, you can. I don't know shit about Russell Simmons, or I only know about Cardi. I just know that they was beefing, that his kids said that he was abusive. We give our uninformed opinions on it.
All right, and we're back again. Like Antoinette said earlier, we're going to keep it light on the pop culture. We're going to talk a little bit about some recent things, but also return to our voicemails and reconnect with the community. Get caught up. You guys have been leaving messages, so we don't want to get too far, too backed up with them. But I wanted to talk about this Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee and the damn kids. First of all, apparently Aoki, there's Ming Lee, there's Aoki, and then there's
the baby, but that's not his baby.
No, I'm no, just of his kids, and there's Kimora. So Aoki, the younger one, has made it public that her dad is abusive and that he's broke. And
Wait,
apparently
that he's broke, or that he won't
broke.
give them money?
The jab that they're throwing at him, or the message that they're saying, is that he's broke and that he's scrambling now, and he is reacting to the recent legal battle between Kimora and him. I think Kimora is suing him. They're like suing each other. They're having money legal battles, the Russell and Kimora, and the girls obviously are in the defense of the mother, it seems, and saying that he doesn't have any money, and also that he's not giving them, just like you said, he's not giving them money, and he's using money as a weapon to like get back at the girls for their loyalty towards their mom, apparently, but also just
Russell's suing her too.
Yeah, they're just entrenched in
$60 million.
legal stuff. Just entrenched.
Oh my God. And then November 22nd, 2022,
Uh-oh.
Russell was ordered to pay $83K in legal fees and an additional $35K to cover the cost of his ex-wife spent preparing to sue him. Oh my God. Anyway.
A mess. But the girls are on the mother's side, and she has video and text that she's sharing of him calling Kimora out of her name and berating the young girls. Now, I don't know nothing about nothing with all that, okay? I don't know. Kimura, I wouldn't put it past Kimura to possibly go for a money grab with him, but also
Wait, wait,
that's
wait.
not what I'm gonna speak about. Is
She
him
started
reacting?
dating her when she was 16. So
What's
you
that
get
got to
what you
do with
get.
anything?
Well, you why would a 16-year-old be dating Russell Simmons' old ass?
And she mentions that she said I was a very young bride, but
16, he was dating that young model.
whatever their legal stuff's going on, um, I think what's most interesting to me is where did all of that Buddhist his where did all that peace and piety go? That nigga is entrenched in material problems. Where is his spiritual levity, child?
Oh, let me fix
Interesting.
this. He claims that they started dating when she was 18, when Kimora Lee's mother approved of their relationship. But they met before that, when she was still a sophomore in high school, which is 16. But go ahead.
Well, again, we all say this, but Jay-Z did the same thing, and nobody. We all
He did not
admire
date
their.
Beyonce when she was 16. That is not
Maybe
the
not
same thing.
16, but in terms
She's a
of
grown
grooming
woman.
and being in her ear,
Oh, yeah.
he's
But
been he did
16
the
is
same
different.
thing.
A sophomore in high school is very different. I wouldn't
All
equate the
right.
two.
Okay.
But
Either way, it's wild. It's sad because it, publicly, they've always been, especially him with his daughters, he's always just loved on them and seemed like they had a good relationship. But you can't trust nothing. Don't believe anything, child. Because the way they don't fuck with each other anymore, and the way Russell done fell off of his guru, cross-legged, peace and love, fucking high horse is wild. But I wish them they resolve it and they mend it, because I would never want to beef with my dad like that, and it being so public, so hurtful.
you know what I think about? I think about Alicia Keys' Unbreakable,
Excuse
that
me.
song. Remember that terrible song she had? We might be unbreakable. And she named all of those couples.
Uh-huh.
And she said, we could fight like Ike and Tina or give it back like Bill and Camille. Oh, this just aged so poorly. That's right there. First of all, why would you say we can fight like Ike and Tina? What? That's why Tina left this fucking country. She said we could act out like Will and Jada, or like Kimora and Russell making that paper. Oh, she rhymed paper and Jada. Heard you.
Mm.
We have enough kids to make a band like Joe and Catherine, because they were the ideal couple. And All in the Family like the Jacksons. Nothing's real. Alicia, yo, you broke up a happy home. Anyway, it's all tricky. I just feel sorry for the kids, and I really feel sorry for Aoki, because she seems to be. I identify with Aoki. I feel like Aoki is the baby sister who doesn't get as much attention as her older sister. She obviously is doesn't they don't look alike, but they you can tell that they're related. Um, and she seems like to be the protector of of like her sister, of her mother, and she was the one that finally was like, I'm not going to keep pretending. I have anxiety from this. I'm going to see psychiatrists for the all kinds of stuff. And then she posted that video of him screaming that she screen recorded, and baby, the way that video didn't have any sound, I must have I was like, what's wrong with my phone? I wanted to know what he was saying.
I
But
haven't seen enough memes of dubbing over that
oh yeah, people
that
could
could
really
have
do some
possibly
shit
been
with that.
created.
But yeah, and how old is he to be for this to be so public? It's like, oh man, how old is Russell Simmons? And if he and also, what is their definition of broke? Because I don't think it's ours. I feel like he got some bread on him. How old is
I
that
mean,
man?
yeah, of course.
65. He's 65. He's too
Well,
old for
come
all
on now.
this.
You done meditated enough to know how to do this, seemingly so. That's the part that's got me like, okay, Russ. Now, you know better. Yelling
Does
and
he?
carrying
Does
on
he know
like that.
better? I don't know if he does. Anyway, keep onwards.
I got all involved, deeply invested in this Queer Ultimatum on Netflix. I've completed the entire season. I need you to watch it so we can all talk about it because it was so interesting to watch. A lot of folks were excited to see, you know, normally we see these dysfunctional heterosexual relationships and everybody was like, yeah, now we get to see some dysfunctional queers. This is great.
Was it all women or was it men too?
No, it was all lesbian couples.
Okay.
Or I don't know if they were called lesbian. I don't think everybody identified as women, but
Okay.
it was wonderful to watch. I saw myself so much in a lot
Really?
of those. Absolutely, absolutely. Do you know the basis of the ultimatum?
No, because I judge shows like that because I think it's just wreaking havoc on people's relationships.
Um, it is basically it's a couple. One person wants to get married, the other person doesn't, and so they do this social experiment where they take all of these couples, and then they swap for 3 weeks. They break up, and then they partner with one of the other couples and do like a trial marriage run with another person, and then the next 3 weeks they go back to their original partner and they sit like, how did it feel to be, with somebody else? Do you still want to be with me? And then the ending is the ultimatum. Are they going to get married or are they going to break up?
Like, is that a good idea?
It's terrible.
I'm listening to it, and I was like, no, I don't listen to it because I feel like it breaks people up. And you're like, that's a
I didn't say
terrible
anything.
idea. It's already
I don't
rocky.
disagree. I don't disagree.
I
Some
don't even
people
like
fall in love.
ultimatums.
Majority of the people, because it's unrealistic that you're going to fall in love with some people. Some people did. Some people did.
They fell in
Actually,
love, or
they
fell
had
in
connections.
lust.
They
Okay.
had connections with other people
That helped them, that illuminated that they didn't have
They said
enough in their
what they
relationship.
weren't getting,
Yeah.
what they really wanted. But I think the thing that was most interesting was the insistence of the people that wanted to get married. And majority of them, it wasn't that they wanted to get married to their partner. If you asked them, if they described what their desire was, it wasn't necessarily around their attachment of their partner and the ways in which they enrich their actual lives, but more of like, we've been together for this amount of time.
This is what we should
This is
be
what
doing.
we do. You get married. You are the puzzle piece that fits versus you really invested in like the co-creation of the thing. It's just like, oh, like this is what we do. We get married. But a little messy. Ma fell in love with Mal. Excuse me, not Ma. Mal was
Mal.
the black
She fine
woman
as hell.
on there. She was so fine. Oh my God.
Ooh, child. Everybody like Mal.
Everybody throwing
She
it
had
at her probably now too.
Oh God, you already know her
Turned
DMs,
into
her everything. She's
She's
probably a
probably
monster.
a savage now. And she was also super
they
reasonable. Like
I
her
heard.
actual way of being was super admirable, super, yeah, just like a dope person. So I hope she's getting everything that she needs in this moment. But I enjoyed the show. I don't think I want to watch the heterosexual one, but I really enjoyed that. I was like, what is everybody talking about? And
They said Mal's girlfriend was just terrible.
no, I mean, she was probably the greatest. I wouldn't say that. I don't think
She was
anybody
lying
was
to her, right? Wasn't she lying? Didn't she lie and say that?
I would
Did
like
you
you to
watch
watch the show. I would be curious if that's what you would call it. I don't know. I guess so, yeah. She wasn't being completely honest about things, but I don't know if it was a malicious. I don't think she was malicious. I think, again, she was just trying to, this is what we're supposed to do without really being interested or really having, being in deep relationship with Mao. She really wasn't. But the way, I think a lot of those shows can feel really shallow and contrived, but those people were really wrestling with real shit. And they were being really, of course, they were all women, so they're all like articulating their feelings and like,
I heard that Mal was really self-aware. and she communicated effectively.
She did. She was tricky too. Mal has like I didn't understand Mal's reasoning wanting to marry.
Oh,
You have
Mal
to
wanted
watch
to
it.
marry
You
her.
had no. You just have to watch. I'm not gonna. Mal had some decision making that was also like, what, girl, really?
Interesting. That is not what the collective of my lesbian group said.
Yeah, I didn't quite agree or
Interesting.
understand Mal's rationale either.
All we know is she fine.
As fuck. Um, but
And
yeah.
lastly, we have Cardi and Offset carrying on. I don't have nothing to say about this. Honestly, it made me sad because I strangely root for them. I really do. I want to see Cardi happy. I don't know that I'm as invested in Offset and those beautiful kids of his, gorgeous kids. But Cardi, I just want to see happy, and I hate when I see stuff where she's back on the internet and her business is in the street and she's gotta, the way that Cardi protects herself is she lashes out, you know? Like, she's like, oh, I'm a strike first. Even though he's the person that posted it on social media. It's interesting that people are telling Cardi that she needs to, stop making things so public. But he posted on his stories that she
What are you
cheated on
referring to?
him.
For people that don't know.
Oh, apologies. Um, Cardi, Offset accused her of cheating on him with one of his friends. And she
Oh,
was
it was
like,
one of his friends.
somebody that he knew. Yeah, it wasn't like a stranger. He said a homie, I believe. Yeah, just weird. I'm like, and then people had interesting ideas around Cardi's response to it. And she was like, what I look like out here cheating when everybody knows who I am and they gonna run their mouth. I'm Cardi B. Like, I actually can't do that. And people would have wished that she said, um, I would never do that. I love you, this and that. But I feel like you're not gonna get that from her publicly because now you didn't shamed her and put her business in the street, and now she's like, that's not her style. The whole thing, I don't care. The whole thing is sad. They got kids together, they got property together, and they already been through
Yeah,
trials
it's
and
just too public.
tribulations.
It's too public. I mean,
Yeah,
people shit is messy. You know what I mean? And
girl.
everything is everybody I know has some messy stuff. But the fact that it's public, the fact that he was so reactive is so interesting too. Like, what, nigga,
It's not
what?
interesting. That's what, if when
Why
men
would
get their
you?
feelings hurt, it's the end of the world. Listen, I know somebody who cheated on her boyfriend in college after he was cheating on her the whole time. And I run into this person, and every time he brings up this girl and how they broke his heart. And he is 45, still talking about some shit that she did when they were in college at like 20. And he was cheating on her constantly. But they just don't bounce back the same. There's something about it. And I know that's a generalization, but I'm going to make it where men really, their whole worlds are just turned upside down when there's infidelity and it's not on their own. So it's very interesting. But
Grow up.
I don't even
Sorry.
think she did that. But anyway, she's somewhere right now looking fabulous. Did you see her on Fashion Bomb Daily? I'm gonna send it to you right now because I want your response. I want your reaction. Because I looked at it and I yelped. I said, wow. Also, I'm starting to fade because I hurt my back and I took a muscle relaxant and
I feel you energetically. You're very
you
low.
feel me like woo woo woo. I'm
That's
starting to
another
drop.
area over on some perks. Be careful.
Hold on, look at it. I just sent it to you. Oh, baby. That's what the music that's playing. All right. While you look at that, I'm gonna pull up the first voicemail because we're backed up. Doesn't she look great?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Unpopular opinion: her team, when it comes to her styling and stuff, is just as good, if not better, than Beyonce's.
Oh.
I said it. Cardi never looks a mess, ever. If it's her aesthetic, that's what she's gonna do. I think that Cardi is just fabulous, and I think she listens to her people and does her thing.
She takes risks because she takes risks. I don't
She
think she's
takes
been.
risks, but I love the risks that she takes.
Yeah.
Look at her. She looks
Yeah.
like a peacock. Looks gorgeous. Anyway, all right. Moving right along. First voicemail. Bang.
Hey Antoinette, hey Shanti, this is Jay. Quick question. Now I may have missed the episode when you talked about it, but I am curious. Antoinette, whatever happened to you and the orthotic guy that you were interested in?
The who?
Can you give us an update? Because I really enjoyed hearing
What'd
about
she
your
say?
escapades with him. Thanks.
She said, shout out to, who did she say her name? This is Jay. I think she said Jay. She said the orthotic guy. She talking about my chiropractor.
Girl, what's popping with him? Actually, what is going on with him? I feel like your
nothing.
back hurts. You need to go back to him.
I won't. Does no one remember that a listener called and was like, "Hi, I'm a chiropractor, and he does not need to go up under your shirt. He does not need to go. He doesn't need to pull your pants down. He wasn't pulling my pants on. That sounds crazy.
Whoa.
He wasn't pulling my pants all the way down. Like he was pulling my leggings down quite low.
What? He was
to the
getting
crack
really
to like get on my skin, and I'm like, is this a massage or are you cracking my back? Like, what are we doing? And there was some points where I was thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. And he was not a young man. It wasn't. I was not being serious about, I have to be much more clear on here. There was nothing serious about that relationship. I was playing because he was the only person touching me. Oh my God. And he was maybe like this 66-year-old Jewish man who was actually a little bit of a creep, maybe, possibly.
I apologize. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. I didn't know that.
I'm still laughing at it because I remember talking about it on here, and it took for somebody to call and say, hi, what you're describing isn't right. And I was like, for real? I didn't know. I had no idea. That's like, I got a massage once. Oh my God. It's because of this muscle relaxant is getting to me. I got a massage once. I don't think I ever told you this. And the man, I think that, and you know how I sometimes go to those massage places that are a little sketchy? Not anymore. I found my guy. But the man was massaging. He turned me over on my back, so I'm facing up. Okay? And I don't really like that because my breasts, they go under my armpits. They don't stay up. So I'm like trying to hold them up because it's just, they're kind of dipping out of the towel, like peeking out of the fucking towel. And so anyway, he puts his hands up under my breasts, and starts massaging under there really hard. And so they're like flying around in a way. And I didn't know, and this is old me where I didn't think that I could say like, hey, you don't need to do that. Instead, I just was like, I don't want to be rude. Let me just stay really still. Just don't breathe at all. Just stay still. It was like, girl. And then when he was massaging, I think he was trying to figure out what I was in. I don't know what he was doing. I'm be quiet. But when he was massaging me lower, I think that he was trying to figure out like if she doesn't.
He's trying to give you a happy ending?
Well, I don't have a. This is getting awkward.
They can still, the men do that too. I know,
but that's why he was a man, and when he was rubbing my inner thigh, he was getting like closer and closer every time, and finally I was like, "Thank you."
Oh, he was trying to see.
He was trying to see.
Yeah,
I thought so, and that makes me sad for him because he's probably in some sort of indentured servant situation,
or he's trying to get his extra $50, $25. Them people.
That's sad. All around sad. Sound like Donald Trump. I have no vocabulary.
Very
sad. Sad. All right, yeah, so long-winded answer, but no. All right, we're going to move on. This is something for you, Shanti, and I think that... No, it's not. It's for both of us, but it's really for you, because...
Just some thoughts on the...
Oops. Here you go.
Hi, Antoinette and Shanti. My name is Marnita. I am from California, longtime listener, first-time caller. I'm just calling to give some thoughts on the episode called Are You Living a Creative Life? I am a creative, and I feel like I was a little in between you, Antoinette and Shanti, about how you were feeling about living a creative life. I describe myself as a creative. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a pole dancer, so I put together pole dance shows for competitions, and I've danced in showcases, so I put together my own pieces for that. And I was laid off from my graphic design job about a year ago, and I haven't been able to find another job. And in the interim, I've started an Etsy shop selling T-shirts and journals and different things that I design. But I used to be able to be creative just for fun. Like I could walk into a craft store, buy a lot of supplies, make cards for my friends and family on their birthdays and things like that. But recently, every time I try to be creative for fun, I start thinking, well, how can I make money off of this? It's got to be profitable. And then I go down a spiral of, I can't make this profitable, so I have trouble creating just for fun. So those are my thoughts on living a creative life. And I just want to share them with you. I'm totally interested if you guys do kind of a book club type thing where we read the book and kind of go through all of those creative prompts together. I think that would be great for me. I just wanted to, in closing, thank you guys for your podcast. It's really great. Everything you share with us is just really, really great. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
I think that's a very real dilemma, especially if you are, in survival mode. It feels almost impossible to be creative and find the space to do it in a way that feels authentic and from a an open space. So I completely understand that. I think you should continue. And in the book, she basically, your discipline or your practice is to keep showing up regardless, and there's different levels that have to be there's blockages that has to be busted through, and it's not a matter of stopping. So even when you have those fears of like, oh, or these blockages of like, oh, I need to do this to make money, you show up the next day and you're still sitting at your computer and creating your artwork that you need to do, and the experience may be completely different. I think if we stop and we go on these cycles and these loops of like, one day you're just again upset and anxious, and your mind is driving you to just, show up to make money, but then the next day you do it again, and it's just a different experience, and it's a different kind of dedication. And I think it's like any spiritual practice, because I think it's a spiritual practice. Things are opened up and revelations are had, and that's not going to be your only experience with your artwork. That's not going to be the only thing that's going to be available to you, but you kind of have to keep going and keep doing it. And I haven't been doing that, so I just know what the book says, and I think that those fears and that self-doubt and those naysaying thoughts are only natural and are meant to deter us, but they also keep us blocked. And the whole artist way is about pushing through it and getting to what's on the other side of it, which is a more authentic, open, and inspired experience. And it's kind of like anything in life, we always have to wrestle. We always have to figure out how to manage this voice of negativity, this voice of self-doubt. And I guess channeling and doing it in an artistic form helps us to be in practice of that, and exist with it and not be overwhelmed or deterred by it. So I don't know. I say I hope that you keep doing it, and maybe we should, because I did stop doing my morning pages, and I do feel a shift in myself. And I would love to pick that back up and to really be in practice of it, because it is a really powerful practice, that you're going to have to confront all of that self doubt and all of that compulsion to like do it to make it public or do it to make money. Um, but you got to keep doing it to get to the other side of it. So maybe if folks want to do that, that's something that I would pick up doing. I don't know how we would do it collectively, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. And one last voicemail.
Hey, this is Deshaun. I was just trying to be honest with you. I was trying to figure out a way to say this without it just being too blunt, but I'm the type of person that's brutally honest, so I can't say it no other way, really. This is in response to the last episode before you gals, I should say, took your break, and at the beginning, Antoinette, when you just, oh man, I almost had a tear in my eye. I ain't gonna. I felt so bad hearing that. You was like, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm like, dang, like, I can hear it, like, coming through, like, and
Oh my God. Hold on.
like I said, I'm brutally honest, so I'm just, there's no excuse for it. It really isn't. I mean, I'm not going to act like I know you. You know, I don't know you, you strangers. So I'm not going to act like I know you just because I listen to you and Shanti on a podcast like I know y'all. But it seems authentic that you definitely have value. I mean, you have personality. You have character. You have integrity. You sound honest. I mean, these are just traits that most people would say, hey, that's a high value person. I mean, but unfortunately, nobody cares about those things. Unfortunately, at least the guys don't, and that's just really, it's just really sad that a female in your situation just can't find a decent person to recognize and appreciate those characteristics. It's really sad. And I'm going to leave a second message because I know I'm going to get cut off. And the second message, I want you to keep that one just between, just listen to that one yourself and don't play that out loud. Because I'm going to go in a little bit on these so-called. You just need to listen to the second message that I'm going to leave, because I'm going to go in a little bit, and some of that I don't think needs to be said out loud. I know you be blasting it. You just put things out there, like, you be talking about your job, and then HR be looking at you like, what?
This is the wrong voicemail.
It's that you over there blinking slow as shit, son.
Yo, I'm about to. The way this shit hit. Hold on. This is the wrong one.
What are we gonna do about this?
It's fine for Patreon. They'll just think it's funny.
Monty, cut that out.
Sorry, Monty. What the fuck, yo? Where is it? You had one job and you couldn't do it. Where is it? He left like 8. There was one where he was talking about marriage. Is this it? Hold on, Monty. Can you put this in the notes?
Hey, this is Deshaun. I was calling about your show from yesterday. Quick points. Number one, Antoinette. Sorry to hear. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I don't know, is it Antoinette or Antoinette? My bad if I'm saying it wrong. But anyway, that whole story with you running into the dude that was trying to talk to you or whatever. That's so ironic that you mentioned that. I left you. Well, not you, but I had left a message for the show previously, specifically talking about that type situation where I just don't trust anybody these days, because it seems like everybody's just playing games and everybody's just out to get over on each other. So that type of ridiculous immaturity, like I said, everybody's just out trying to play games. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was, the whole, I think you mentioned the Drake had nail polish on.
This is not it either. Hold on. I'm getting so bad. Yo, it's so hard to find these voicemails. What the fuck? Sorry.
This is Deshaun again. I don't know.
Is it him?
The other two messages long-winded. I just wanted to say in closing, stay true to you. Do not sacrifice your...
All right, you know what? I'm not going to find it because now he starts talking to that Chinese man.
Thank you.
All right, I'm not going to find it. What the fuck? All right, I'll just pick another one. Damn, it was a good one because it was a man talking about if he's not going to marry you, then I said we had one more. All right, everybody. I know that I said that we had one more, but I cannot find this voicemail to save my life.
We don't even have to say that.
But no, I'm going to say it. There was a man who called, and he went on and on about how if these men are not interested in marrying you, then drop them. And he sounded like he was from the South. I won't say his name. But he was saying that after 8 months, if he's not talking about it, get him out of here.
Girl, that's a podcast topic.
I thought that was very interesting. It is. It can be a full topic. I disagree with it wholeheartedly, even though he had our back, because I was like, 8 months is not enough time. But also, like, I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting topic for us to explore in our newly single duo lives. It'll be interesting for us to explore.
If a nigga told me he want to get married in 8 months, I'll be like,
okay.
no.
That's how you are. Like I feel it energetically. There's a pull.
No.
And I talked to Psychic Bleep, and she saw it too. So you have to leap.
Girl, who's the Libra of this bunch? Actually,
I am the Libra. I don't think that.
I'm ready. When am I moving to Idaho? Like this?
Not Idaho.
I'm ready. I'm ready for change.
You know what? I want to say this. I think that there's a big misconception. I see the people on the Instagrams, and that's going to be a new thing. We're not going to say who posted the memes, since we're turning into a meme account. We're not going to say who posted it, but we want y'all to guess. And just because we posted doesn't mean that we agree with it. It's just hilarious. But so many people were like, oh, I know Shanti does all these memes. And I was like, no, she doesn't. But they have a different understanding of who I am, I think. It's very interesting.
No, I think a lot of people know you post stuff. They always post like Antoinette. I hear this in Antoinette's voice.
Yeah, when
Antoinette
it's crazy and it's like longing for a relationship, but they don't know that about you. They don't know that
I wasn't in a relationship.
Yes, but they don't know that, like, even if you are, it's still your steez. You're still like, I want to meet you. And as much as you're like, I don't know, we need to reimagine things. You be talking about marriage a lot.
If you think I still want to get married after all this, then it's that maybe you don't actually know what's going on with me.
I don't think you know yourself. I think that if somebody came along,
so.
You talk. Okay.
In this moment where I'm at right now in my life, I don't.
No,
think
in this moment, of course, because everything's fresh and clean. But
no, it's not. It's not what I want right now.
Right now, until you go on the first date and y'all never leave each other again for the next 6, 7, 8 years.
I'm not doing that again.
It only increases.
If it's 6, 7, 8 years now,
and then you want to get married,
or at least have some kind of something.
Some kind of what? What would qualify it as a real relationship? What do you need as the qualifier? That's outside of your actual relationship.
Oh, I don't know. That's why I'm not in a relationship either, because that's conflicting.
That wasn't a real question. That was me poking holes in the fact that we need these qualifiers for things to be real, for the feelings to be real, for the relationship to be real. This would be a great topic.
No, yeah, I don't know. We have to
marry or not to marry.
We should talk about that.
Two single women.
There are qualifiers. There are things that need to be met in partnership, but that don't equate to marriage and vice in marriage. Like there is a partnership that I yearn for. There is a life sharing that I yearn for,
Yes.
that I think for the longest time, there is intimacy and like I'm 10 toes down, I want you.
Commitment.
That I yearn for and is non-negotiable. But I had confused that with like, oh, when you're married and you're cohabitating, then that comes. And that I realized that's not. I know too many married people that are married for years and never have that kind of partnership or like relationship that don't have that. And I think for the longest I was like, just like that girl, Yoli, it's like, oh, when we get married, it's gonna be like,
who is Yoli?
It's gonna be close. It's from the queer queer ultimatum that was trying to marry Mal. But that's just not the case. It's not the case. So, and I realized that, and just the dynamics of my life in this moment as a mother of a teenage kid is just.
She's not a teenager yet. Don't age her.
She's definitely about to be 13 years old in
not yet,
a month.
Not yet. Not yet.
It's not my priority.
Okay.
But
well,
we should talk about that because that's interesting.
I can't weigh in. It's just I'll take whatever I can get at this point. So, I'm playing. All right. Well, this was a light one. Pray for me because I have to go drive now and I'm high on not antidepressants. What is this? A muscle relaxant. I'm Future.
I gotta go.
Why
that's
was
not
that
funny.
so funny? Why was it?
Did you say I'm Future?
Yeah, that's Molly Percocet. That's like the only song of his I know. Percocet, Molly Percocet.
Okay. I gotta go. I'm 4 minutes late to a meeting. I love you.
Oh my
I'm
God!
happy
I
to
bought
be back.
something that's a sale item and no returns. And I bought multiple things that were sale items and no returns or refunds. Final sale, and they were
How much was
expensive
it?
as fuck.
Girl, internet, you slipping. Tighten up. I apologize. I hope it wasn't that dress, girl. Quanto questo? How much? Over $150?
Yes, way more. I have to go. I'm so upset right now. How did I not see that? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking items that are all over like $200. I gotta go. I have to go. How do I resell this? What do I do? Somebody
Resell
help.
ass. That's the next thing. We got to put that smile on looking at somebody, turn away.
What
selling ass.
Fuck, Shanti, this is not funny. How did I do that and not notice that?
You can resell them. You can take them to a consignment shop. Is it like a stack, internet?
They weren't on sale like this when I bought this, I didn't think.
All right, I gotta go.
I gotta
Queen.
go. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Sorry for that. Brief. Happy to be back. Thank you for listening to another episode of Around the Way Curls.
Oh, internet, you have to be smart. Like, I'm so good at this. I can't believe that. Just hasty decision making.
How much is it, internet? Let Around the Way Curls reimburse you.
Why would Around the Way Curls reimburse?